Woo! I was broke. So are you ready for DB? Ah, who told you I'm not in a relationship? So if you want to enjoy high heel shoe, wear that high heel shoe and you go doing clink, 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 clink. Yeah, clink. Come on, shake it. Yeah, that's what you need to do. I had a great... Did somebody just fall down the stairs? So he was like, okay, when you come back from school, remind me to beat you. So hey guys, I'm back again, same outfit, different kind of look, and today we're gonna do a Snapchat Q&A. I haven't done one since my birthday in May, and as you guys know, so many things have turned around. So I asked, if you guys want to know anything, just ask me your questions on Snap and I will get right to answering. So let's get into it. So the first question is from QnA. Now I'm going to keep all these questions anonymous, but she specifically put her Instagram name here, so it's at QnA.g. I'm gonna put it right here, so if you want to follow her, I mean, why not? What is the most significant life lesson you've had today? So what's my most significant life lesson? I think it's just that you should embrace the process. Nothing is going to be great all the time and nothing's going to be bad all the time, but overall when you embrace the ups and the downs as a process and as both being necessary for you to become who you need to be and for you to do what you need to do, when you embrace both sides of them, actually the process is a very, very beautiful thing. What do you use as a primer and what eyeshadows would you recommend? Okay, what do I use as a primer? My makeup primer is the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base. Okay, yes, it's L'Oreal. I bought this before the whole L'Oreal scandal and this was £10, so I'm going to use it till it's finished, then I'm gonna find a new one. But yeah, L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base, and it's a mattifying primer. It works quite well, I find. I basically used to use Milk of Magnesia before and it's not really the best for your skin necessarily, and my skin has been acting like a damn fool, so I really want to like take care of it, so I don't want to be doing anything. I mean, Milk of Magnesia is not like explicitly dangerous, but I just don't want to do anything that's going to mess with my skincare routine, so I am using the mattifying infallible base. Also, what eyeshadow palettes would you recommend? Makeup Revolution palettes are always great, I find. Their mattes are great, like true to colour. Their shimmers are really, really good. Their shimmers are actually really amazing. Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palettes, if you're looking for something drugstore and just something slightly higher, I would recommend the Morphe palettes. The Morphe palettes are really, really nice palettes to kind of start with. A lot of colour choice, but if you're looking for like something that's quite compact for every day, go to the Makeup Revolution counter, sleek counter as well. I think they're around the same price, their palettes. So hop into Superdrug and look for both. Hashtag not sponsored, but hashtag I want to be sponsored. When you gave your life to Christ, did you deal with the loss of friends and how did you deal with it? Because sis has none. This is, oh sorry sis, but I didn't lose like mad amounts of friends when I gave my life to Christ. My lifestyle didn't change like drastically when I first gave my life to Christ. Like there wasn't really that much of a difference in terms of the way I acted, but that was more of a gradual process. However, I did find that I had the majority of the friends I had around me may not have like been explicitly Christians, but we went to a Catholic school, so I didn't have a lot of atheist friends. So it didn't isolate me from people because believing in God wasn't really like a foreign idea. However, I did lose one or two people who were like really close to me, in which our lifestyles and just things just became like, started to distance themselves. It wasn't like an explicit I'm distancing myself from you, but just literally the things we chose we wanted to do were so different from each other, and we had interest in such different things now, and I had lost a desire for the things that they liked, so that caused us to drift apart, if that makes sense. But I would definitely encourage you to go into spaces where people may think more like-minded as you, but also not to isolate yourself from non-believers. I think as a Christian you should also go out into the world and, you know, make friends with people who don't have the same view as you, and, you know, share your opinions with them and also hear their opinions and limit how much they influence you, but try to influence them, if that makes sense. Just go to a church which has people that you can maybe try and find friends with, but you don't have to be an isolated Christian. I don't believe in that. So yeah. Have you ever been in the situation where you feel like someone is perfect for you, but they are your friend and you have no idea what to do about it? Girl, you really in a dilemma, huh? Because to me, okay, yeah. Because to me, he is everything I have prayed for, but I don't know if he could ever feel the same way about me. Okay, so this is in a bit of a dilemma. I have personally never been in that situation where like I feel like I'm friends with somebody who is like my perfect destiny partner. My advice to you would definitely be just wait it out. If he is the one that God has brought for you, then he will clearly communicate it to you, but he will also more clearly communicate it to him. So just wait it out. Don't go and ruin friendship now because you're doing I love you, but he doesn't feel the same. Just wait it out. It's good that you like him if he is the one. If he's not, you're gonna have to get over this kind of fancy him thing. But I mean, yeah. Sorry. How did you get over someone and not run back to them? Girl, I had to go cold turkey. Literally, anytime I break up with anybody or I lose a friend or anything like that, I am one of those annoying people who is like, delete number, block, all of that. The reason why I do that is because I can really be in my thoughts. If I see you tweet something, I would, how is your life? How are you so happy? Do you get what I mean? Like that used to be me. So me, anytime I break up with someone, friendship wise or relationship wise or anything, I would just have to really let you go and distance myself from you for a bit. Just because you don't want to keep thinking about what if, or should I just call, or should I, because I've been there and I've done that. I've broken up with someone and 3 days later I'm calling, I'm sorry, but you know it's time to actually let them go. So for me, I have to go cold turkey. I think it's different when you completely know without a doubt in your body that you really shouldn't be with this person, or you really have to distance yourself from this person. There is no problem in apologizing if you feel like the relationship is actually going to get you somewhere, and it's actually going to be beneficial for you and actually functional. But if it is not, I feel like you have to go cold turkey. Some people don't agree. Leave a comment down below if you agree with that, or if you feel like you can still keep communication, you can still be doing look eye and, you know, see what they're doing. But to me personally, you have to cut it off. What gave you the drive or confidence to start a YouTube channel? The fact that I spent all my money on this camera, because all of my money was in this camera. And if you know the struggles that went to this purchase, that is this thing that is capturing me right now, you would understand that if I did not pick up this camera and make videos, I would not eat, because I spent my last kobo on this camera. So I had to make it into something that would work, and thankfully to God, he really came through on that promise, because woo, I was broke. Yeah, so that's what gave me the drive to start. But in terms of the confidence to start, I think I was nervous uploading my first video, but having like words of encouragement from people around me who let me know that they would support me really gave me like the push that I needed. And I had a great Did somebody just fall down the stairs? Okay. I had a great support system around me. So yeah. So if you want to wear it, wear it. If you don't, join the club, sister. Don't wear it. What advice would you give to someone who is a Christian and doesn't go clubbing to get drunk, but people around them do a lot? I have a video on that in terms of, is being a Christian at university too hard? I'm going to put in the iCard. Please watch it. I feel like that's really going to help your question. And my question for you is relationship advice, specifically for Christians. How do you know when you found the right partner that God has sent you? I think when you find the right partner that God sent you, God puts confirmation in your heart that he's actually at this, like he's actually well, like he is good with this relationship. If you are seeking for a godly relationship, then God will become the center of your relationship, and both of you accept that. If your partner, whether a girl or a boy, doesn't want God to be the center of your relationship and pursuing godliness to be the center of your relationship, then you kind of know that relationship is not of God, or both of you need to separate, find God, and then come back together. And more importantly, I think a lot of us overlook this, but practically it will work. I think a lot of Christians get this, but God revealed to me he's my husband, and practically your relationship actually doesn't work. Like, you two being together doesn't even really make sense, but you're just infatuated with the person. And I think God is a God of strategy and plan, and so he has that for your marriage as well. So if you're looking for the one, then pay attention to all those things. And I think once there's a peace in your heart that this is it, then this is it. When I got this question, I was like, this is a really good question. How do you keep confident against competition? For example, your hair business. I have one too. So you guys know I make wigs. Shout out to CDB Wigs. Follow us on Instagram, please. I make wigs. I do hair. I've been doing hair since I was 13 years old. When I was 16, I worked in I might do a whole video talking about work, making money when you're young, because I was a baller when I was younger. All in terms of competition, there are a lot of people out there who do hair, a lot of people out there who make wigs, and they're very talented people who I admire and look up to, and I'm inspired by, in terms of the way they run their business and their business ethic and their mindset and just the things that they've accomplished. I see competition as healthy. And it's not an unhealthy or toxic competition. I'm not like, ugh, I wish she didn't have orders, or I wish he didn't have orders, and why are they getting orders, and like, that's not how I view it. I view it as, okay, Courts, step up. If you're really that, like, if you really want to succeed, then step up. Look to what is happening in the market and step up. Like, that's what you have to do. And it's a point for you to develop yourself. You don't want to enter you're not going to enter the business world and everything be so easy for you to become the next Richard Branson. Like, that's not what's actually going to happen. You're actually going to have to work at it. You're going to have to do some stuff, fail at it, do some stuff, succeed at it, and become better and better all the time. So don't be looking at everybody left, right, and center. And with business in particular, when you enter a market which is saturated, it's so easy to be doing look-eye to every single person's stuff that they're doing that seems similar to you, and not focusing on your own. And the amount of time you're doing focusing on everybody's lane is the amount of time you're distracted from going forward and moving forward in a good direction. So for me, competition is good competition, and I keep my eyes to myself. I focus on my business. How can I make my business better? Can I implement ideas? I'm not trying to be the next whatever. I'm trying to be CDB Wigs, or I'm trying to be whatever my beauty company is going to be called, and we're going to be great. That's my perspective on it. My question is, how do you tackle a busy week at uni where you have a lot of work, and what are some of your tips for effective study? Effective study for me is lock myself in my room, take my books and read. I'm not one of those people who do like 40 minutes break, 30 minutes break. That's not me. I go ham. Like, my mum really hates that about me, because I can sit at a desk for 9 hours and read. That's me, but then I'll take 2 days break. That's my problem. So find what's actually effective for you. Are you like a person who can take in a lot of information at one time, or do you have to do interval learning? Because there's nothing wrong with that. Do what is most efficient for you in terms of learning. And I always suggest to people, experiment with your revision time. Maybe take 1 week where every day you vary the way that you revise. Sometimes you use flash notes, sometimes you use your laptop, sometimes you don't, you do written notes. And so you vary it and find what works best for you, what's actually allowing you to digest the information and remember it best, or what's causing you to do the most high quality of work, or the highest quality of work, sorry. In terms of how do I tackle a busy week at uni, not very well. Uni, I find it so hard to get like a regulated sleeping time, and I'm gonna sleep at 10, I'm gonna wake up at 6. Sometimes you sleep at 3 and you wake up at 9. Sometimes you sleep at 5, you wake up at 2. So you see, yeah. So in terms of, for me, when I have a busy week at uni, sometimes the first thing I give up is social media, or like the amount of stuff that I do for leisure. So maybe I am a TV watcher. I love watching TV series. I'm currently watching Skinny Girl in Transit. So I will have to stop watching those things, or I give up sleep. Sometimes it's the sleep that goes, but it's a sacrifice. How many children do you want to have, and what would you name them? Funny story, when growing up, I always used to tell my parents, tell my sister, tell my mom, I want one child. I want one baby. Just one baby. I want one. Just one only child. I want an only child. I don't know why that was so much in my heart, but I think I used to think having just one child means that I'll be able to give them pretty much everything that they want. Like if they want to go private school, I can send them private school. If they want to go on holiday, I can send them holiday. If they, you know, want new, like I always wanted presents and my mum couldn't get it for me, and I used to always assume I have siblings. Like I was just so all over the place. So I just used to think if I have one child, I can spoil that child silly. But now growing up, and as much as I find like so many kids around me annoying, I love children. I love children so much. I love the ideas. I love the laughs that I see them have with their parents. And like, as much as I find like people like my cousins, yeah, I find them mad annoying. Shout out to you guys, because I know you're watching this and you're gonna bring it up. But I find them like annoying because they're so hyperactive. But to see how much laughs they have with their parents, and they're only like 7 and 10, like that's so heartwarming to me, because it's your own unit. So now I want to have like 5, 6 kids. It's so bad. Like my baby fever is currently on 59 and climbing. I want to have like 5 kids. Crazy, right? But yeah, God bless me with children in this womb. But anyway, hi, I have 2 questions. Are you still pursuing a season of singleness, or are you ready for DB? Who told you I'm not in a relationship? He's a lie, I'm single. Are you writing a dissertation for final year? I'm not writing a dissertation for final year. I have the opportunity to choose, and I chose to just take an extra module where I do 1 exam instead. So I'm taking like a media, society and culture paper. Are you still pursuing a season of singleness? Yes. Or are you ready for BAE? No. I'm actually not ready for a relationship still. My season of singleness is coming up to like in a couple months, like 3 months. It's going to be 2 years since I was in a relationship. 2 years. And I haven't spoken to a guy like that. I haven't dated, nothing. I've just been me, Courtney, Daniella, single, content, 1 unit, just singular. That has been me. And I've done it because, well, I'll do like you guys know I have so many videos on singleness. I still feel like I need to make more videos on it though, because it changes like every day. My mind develops every day on it. But I'm just not ready for a relationship yet. I really don't think I am. Like, even in terms of where I am now, I'm about to, okay, so firstly, I'm in 3rd year. As in I'm about to collect my furhood and my paper certificate. Yeah, there is no time for me to now get distracted doing I love you, then why? There's no time. Next issue is I'm about to like start the real moves in terms of my career and who I'm gonna be. Like I said, there's no time for kiss. There's really not. So I don't know when God's gonna be done with me in this process. I'm still going through a process of healing as well, not just over last relationships, but things that happened in childhood, things that happened in my family, like different things. You have to heal from all of that. You have to change and renew your mind concerning relationships. And right now, I don't think my mind is in particularly the most functional place to have a good relationship. So I'm not gonna force it. But if God thinks I'm ready and he brings me somebody, we're gonna see how it goes. But as of right now, Courtney's a single Pringle and I'm not looking. Where would you suggest getting a good wig from, in store or online? I'm from London. Also, do you know if there are any good synthetic wigs? Firstly, if you want a wig, come to CDB Wigs. We make wigs with human hair, virgin hair, synthetic hair. Like, I don't mind using any hair to make a wig for you, and just giving you the opportunity to get a custom wig made to your head size, all of that. Custom color and stuff like that. But in terms of if you want to buy a ready-made wig, especially if you have like a normal average 21-inch to 22-inch head, buying a ready-made wig will be really great for you. If you have a bigger head like me, this big donk of a head, already made wigs are not for you. They won't fit properly. Well, you could find some that are large. I mean, yeah, you can. But yeah, anyways, not sleek. Free Tress has some really good wigs. Theirs is a Futura, I think it's called Futura fiber, so you can put heat to it, I believe up to 200 degrees or 210 degrees. So if you wanted to curl it or you wanted to straighten it, you can do that. So it's Futura fiber. So Free Tress Equal, that's the name of that one. Or Janet Collection. Janet Collection has really good wigs. Yeah, so yeah, if you want to get them, you can go on eBay, Amazon, you can go to Packs and find your, you know, already made synthetic wigs. Or if you're looking for a ready-made custom like wigs, you can go RPG Show. I would not suggest buying an already made virgin hair wig from AliExpress, just because I've worked with some and the hair quality in general is actually not that good. It's usually blended with synthetic fibers. It's really hard to color if you want to. But me personally, I don't like ready-made wigs. I like custom made wigs, just because I like to add color, or I want it to fit properly, or whatever. So yeah. How do you take time out properly to relax? Recently, I've just gone on holiday. Really just flew out. But obviously you don't always have the money to do that. But for me, I will take a day where I won't do anything. So for example, if you have me on Snapchat, then you know that this Monday or last week Monday, I had so much work. Was it Monday? It wasn't Monday, it was Tuesday. Wow, I really haven't done a lot of work this week, have I? Wowza. Anyways, if you have me on Snapchat, then you know on Monday I had 2 essays to write. And that meant the next day I had 2 supervisions, an essay to write for the next day due, and a lecture to go to. So I was so busy over that weekend, and on top of it, my cousin came to stay with me. Because I had so much to do, boy, I was tired. So what I decided was, you know what, even though I have 8 essays to write from now, I'm going to take one day where I do nothing. Literally lie in my bed because I was tired. I was making wigs at the same time. My body ached. I had to color this hair. Like, so much was going on that I was just like, you know what, tomorrow you're gonna rest. You're just going to rest. You're gonna sit down, you're gonna watch Skinny Girl in Transit, and you're going to rest. So I basically did that. Or I do things which don't require too much energy or aren't the things that I find that drain me. So for instance, I don't mind working on my website, or I don't mind writing a blog post because I don't really feel like that's work. But I won't read an academic book because that's work. You feel me? Or I won't make a wig because that's work. So things like that, just find a day where you relax and you don't feel guilty about it, because sometimes you can spend a whole day doing nothing, but because you know you should be doing something, it doesn't feel like you're relaxing because you're quite apprehensive and anxious and you're kind of beating yourself up about taking the time out. So have a day where you know you're doing nothing and it's not really going to affect you in the long run. Yeah, that's what I would say. Where did you go on holiday? I went to Budapest and then I went to Paris in September, if that's what you're kind of referring to. How do you deal with a lack of motivation? I look at, you guys already know this, I go on the estate agents' websites, I go on Rightmove, I go on Zoopla, and I look at expensive houses that I want to see myself in. Yep, and then I see the price and I say, wow, I've got to get reading a book right now. And have I experienced institutional racism at a mostly white university? Yes, I have. Next question, was you a good child? Was I a good child? I was a good child. Actually. Okay. I was alright, you know, when I was a child, okay, when I was younger, I was a good child, I was. I used to get into a bit of trouble, like, here and there with my mom, in terms of, like, I would come home late when I didn't need to, but when I was, like, let's say 10 going down, I was a good child. I was quite a goody two shoes. I'll give you an example. When I was, like, I think I was, like, 7, and I went, before I went to school, I think I did something bad. I think I said something back to my mom, or I didn't put something where I needed to put it. It was just something. I did something and my dad was like, I'm going to beat you. And then my mom was like, don't beat her, she needs to go to school. So he was like, okay, when you come back from school, remind me to beat you. Obviously, child now, I have the opportunity to let my dad go through the whole day and forget that he wanted to beat me physically, okay? And you know, punish me. My dad didn't really ever beat me, actually. I can't remember it. I remember one time he wanted to hit me with Velour. That was when I did something really bad, but he didn't hit me. My dad never hit me, but he would always punish. He would always give me those kneel there, lift your hand, do you get what I mean? So it's my time to escape this punishment. I go to school, the whole day is gone thinking about it. Oh my god, when I go home, my dad's gonna beat me, my dad's gonna beat me. So I get home now. My dad's done nothing. It's been 1 hour, 2 hours, we've eaten. I've read my book. It's time for me to go sleep. And I'm like, Daddy, you said I should remind you to beat me. I was like, oh, you said I should remind you to beat me. Can one child be so foolish? You can be intelligent and still be a fool. And so he just looked at me, him and my mom burst out laughing. Like, how can you be reminding somebody he's gone through the whole day, he forgot it? And I think from that moment, my dad really trusted me, because as much as I wanted to avoid being beaten, I was an honest child and I was trustworthy. So I think after that, he was just like, just go and sleep, you fool. Like, I was really stupid at that moment. But yeah, I was a good child, sometimes too good, I guess. And yeah, that is the last question, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video, this Snapchat Q&A. I love doing Snapchat Q&As, so yeah, we might make this like a twice a year thing. This is the last one for this year, definitely. But these are really interesting questions. Please do add me on Snapchat if you have not already, so that when these come out next, you can have a chance to ask me a question. But also, please do make sure you are subscribed to this channel in order for us to keep telling each other funny stories and just catching up in terms of life. So definitely just subscribe below, and I will speak to you later. Take care.